This isn't a parental advisory for this video. It ain't gonna be a good one. What's up, Fin fans? So, we lost. That's all I gotta say. It's just... the one thing that I will say, and I was super, like, you can ask my dad, super pissed about this, is there's one reason we lost. You can say it was Tannehill. You could say it was Adam Gase. You could say it was the offensive line. To me, the one reason why we lost is because of the bullshit penalty call of targeting the head and neck area that McDonald got. That play right there, that play gave the Bengals 7 points. That play right there changed the whole momentum of this friggin' game. Because if they didn't call that BS play, and I'm showing the video so you can see he didn't target his head or his neck, hit him shoulder to his back. If they didn't call that flag, worst case Bengals kick a field goal at 17-6. The game is completely different after that. The Dolphins would call completely different plays. They wouldn't be in such a rush to score. Yeah. It would be a completely different game. The Dolphins' defense is not at fault for this game.
No,
they
played the hardest, you know what I mean?
Dolphins' defense played great. They got sacks. They got in Dalton's face.
They did what they had to do.
They did what they had to do. The reason that they scored those 14 points was off of a bounce off the head of Smythe and then a fumble, scoop, and score. That's the only reason the Bengals came back in this game. So I will stick to, and I don't care if you're a Bengals fan, you comment on this video and you say you don't know what you're talking about. It was a good call. I'll show it again. He didn't target his head or his neck. Like, you got to admit it was a BS call. Shoulder to his back. Like,
come on.
Like, seriously? Gave you guys 7 points. Gave them 7 points and essentially gave them the game. Yep. Because it completely changed the game.
Turn it around. Like you said, it was a rush. Everything was rush.
Because after that, we're like, all right, we're up 17-10. And then the stupid... I'm not saying Gase and Tannehill are at fault for this loss. They are at fault for this loss.
Definitely.
Some of these play calls were absolutely horrendously stupid.
Oh, boy.
What was that play call where Kenyon Drake and Ryan Tannehill ran together, but Tannehill kept the ball? What were you going to get out of that? Like, I don't understand that. Tannehill needs to start taking these sacks instead of trying to make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Plus, the offensive line was hot garbage. We finally rushed for over 100 yards. I know a ton of you guys are going to be calling for Kenyon Drake. We need more Kenyon Drake, Kenyon Drake, Kenyon Drake. Yes, I agree. Kenyon Drake is a great running back, but if you want yards, you give it to Frank Gore.
Yep. He's pounding. He's pounding that hole.
Kenyon Drake was dancing too much in the backfield. Frank Gore was constantly getting minimum of 2-3 yards.
And you were already in, you know what I mean? They're already in there. You can't dance. You got to go head on. Hit it hard or figure out where you can see a hole, run it that way. You know?
I honestly think this loss was tougher than the Patriot loss because we were up 17-0.
Oh.
Like, it's just, it boils my blood that it came down to these dumb-ass referees. Again. Blowing a call. I'm not even going to talk about the running into the kicker when he was blocked into the kicker. Like, these refs need to be held accountable for costing games. Now, a ton of Bengals fans can say, like, they didn't cost you the game. Your quarterback threw 2, I guess you could say, interceptions that were ran in for a touchdown. The Bengals, they did.
The one he should have held on and went down.
Yeah.
He should have went down. He should have went down with it.
Definitely, I will go to my grave saying that unnecessary roughness, targeting head and neck area flag cost us this game.
Oh my God!
Because this defense fought their heart out.
They did.
Got them to be 3 and out, or they got them to not convert the third down, and then the refs gave it right back to them, which then in turn gave them 7 points.
Correct.
It boils my blood that the refs cost games, and not only for the Dolphins, for the Packers with the roughing the it's just these refs need to be held accountable. If you go back and you see that it's blatant, then you should be fired.
It was a legal hit. Come on now. Come on.
Shoulder to his back. It's just not even targeting head or shoulders.
What's it going to be? Touch football? Come on. Come on.
Infuriates me.
Oh,
we finally got a pass rush in there. Of course, the offensive line played like crap, but that's because it was all backups.
It was nice when we got that, what do you call it, that interception with...
Rashad Jones and Kiko?
Yeah. And then it turned it around. You know what I mean? We started scoring. The next been, what, 14-0 and a half?
You have no idea how big momentum plays in a football game. Like,
man.
We had the momentum, and then I'm gonna keep saying it. The refs gave it back to the Bengals. It's just it infuriates me.
It put a nail right in that coffin.
Infuriates
put
me.
a nail right in that coffin.
Refs gave the Bengals 7, and then completely turned the game.
And like that one play I said, he should have held on to it instead of throwing it. That would have been no 7. You know.
We would have ran the ball more if we were up by 11, instead of only being up by 7. The next drive would have been completely different.
3-2. Now we get what, the Bears?
The Bears at home. It just infuriates me that refs are changing games. It infuriates me. And like I said, yes, Adam Gase had horrible play calling, but you got to look at what he saw. The interior of this offensive line was getting absolutely decimated by Geno Atkins.
He was in there. Everybody was. They were on him. They were on him.
So Adam Gase starts calling plays to the left and to the right. Left and to the right. I get it. But there were some play calls that I was like, what are you calling? Why are you calling these things? It made no sense to me.
They should have started a run game. You know what I mean?
We rushed for 100 yards.
Keep that run game going. You know?
It just infuriates me. But yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get to one of you guys' comments or question of the day. This one's coming from Twitter. Like I tell you all the time, follow me on Twitter. I tweet out things, and I'll also pick your questions there. This one comes from Andres, and he asked me, what the flip are Gase and Tannehill doing? And this came during the game, which, like I said, I'm not saying they're not at fault, because if Tannehill didn't convert those 2 interceptions that became touchdowns, we probably would have still won the game.
Right.
And Adam Gase with some of these play calls were just atrocious. But I know I'm going to get a lot of comments of people saying we should have thrown it down the field, we should have been more aggressive with this or that. You got to understand that the offensive line was getting absolutely destroyed.
They were in there.
Geno Atkins, and like every time you would do a play action and Tannehill would turn around, there was someone right there. Gesicki played a horrible game. He couldn't block if his life depended. He also had some drops. It's just.
I wish Tannehill like a little bit more leg action.
And then Sam Young starts playing left tackle, and Laremy Tunsil's out. Like, I don't know what happened there, but it all started with that call. Yep. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again and again and again.
Yeah, that call killed him.
That penalty was horrible. The penalty for running into the kicker was horrible. These refs it's like the Raiders game where we get 2 bad calls and it gave the Raiders points. Even though we won that game, completely changed the game for the Dolphins, that penalty. And it was absolutely horrible. We're 3-2 now. We're now second place because we have the loss against the Patriots. They're now in first place in the division. Is the sky falling? No.
No. We still got a lot of.
We should have and we could have won the game with the players we have, and we're getting players back with the players we had, with the crappy offensive line we had. Defense played lights out.
Oh, they were on fire.
They were on fire. The penalties, the BS penalties, and there was a ton of holding calls that I didn't see get called on this defensive line getting at Andy Dalton. So it's just, you got to give it up to special teams. Shaquem Grant did his thing again right before half, 14-0 at halftime. So, is the season over? No. Should we have won this game? Yes. We definitely should have won this game.
Should have been ours, and
They played. I don't know what play call was going on, but it's a loss. We're still above 500, 3-2. It just
we got to get our fucking heads out of our ass.
It just pisses me off because of how we lost. We're up 17-0.
And all right, you said the refs screwed us and bad play call.
There's a bunch of plays that Tannehill cost us the game. It all came after the BS flag. because it's 3rd and 1 and Tannehill throws it deep to Stills instead of just running it for the first down.
First down? What the hell was that?
Instead of taking the sack, he throws the ball and it bounces off of Smythe's helmet and it gets returned for a touchdown.
Yes.
You know, instead of taking another sack, there's a ton of things that Tannehill could have done differently.
He could have quarterback sneak on that one without a first down.
So
a whole new drive. You know what I mean?
So it was a messy game after the half. But I'm going to say this one last time, it all started with that flag. All started with that flag and gave them 7 points. And I will go to my grave saying this, it would have been a world of a different game if the Dolphins were up 17-6. He would have missed the field goal. So it was 17-3 possibly versus 17-10. Would have been a completely different game, a different play call, a different everything if it wasn't for these refs again costing Miami. Again. Because it's like 1 week after another we're getting bad flags against us. So it's infuriating.
They you know what I mean? They don't think we are what we are. You know what I mean?
You can't go up 17-0 and lose.
No,
I'm sorry, you can't. You got to win this game.
You got to win that ball game.
And again, it wasn't on the defense. It's not like the defense gave up 3 touchdowns.
No, they were in there. They were fighting. The
defense
hardest.
played great. So that's the video. Follow me on Twitter if you're not already. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I tweet out a ton of things. I was tweeting out during the game. It was great up until that flag, and then all of a sudden they pulled the rug right out from under the Dolphins. So. Follow my second channel a bit, boys. We play video games every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to be playing Mega Man. So if you like that stuff, the new Mega Man came out. We're going to be playing that. That'll be out Thursday. Give this a thumbs up because, like I said, I don't think the season's over. I really don't. I think that we should have won this game. And the fact that we should have won this game with the amount of injuries we had just shows. So give this video a thumbs up for that alone. Having Rashad Jones back was big. He's the reason we had that interception. Puts Mika back on the line. We played great. Great tackling. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I don't only talk about Dolphins. I talk about other things when me and my dad do our picks. So come Wednesday, you'll see how we did this week. I don't think we did too badly. I'm not 100% as of right now.
10 grand, I'm up.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But other than that, I will see you guys maybe Monday. Maybe I'll do a video tomorrow. But
then he'll be calm. Then he could do a real.
So mad right now. You have no idea.
From the stony point to here is like maybe.
I wasn't talking.
Took us 3 minutes.
I'm mad because you can't let the refs change a game like that.
No.
And
that was bogus.
I'm beyond mad about it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll make a video tomorrow. But other than that, like usual, fins up. TD's here with me. He's gonna help me out with this video. We're gonna break down what the Dolphins need to do to beat the Bengals, along with some injuries, some moves that the Dolphins did. So just to start it off, we're going to talk about some moves that the Dolphins did, some injuries. So right off the bat, Cameron Wake didn't practice for what? 3 days now? 2-3 days now? And so they're thinking he's